Some money habits don't feel dangerous while you're doing them. They feel normal, responsible, even generous. But over time, they can quietly damage your retirement. Today, we're breaking down 4 financial habits that can silently hurt retirement. And number 4 is especially hard because it usually comes from a good place. At the end, I'll also share a free tool that can help you see how prepared you are to retire. Now, let's get into it. The first habit is carrying high interest debt into retirement. I'm talking about credit cards, store cards, personal loans, and any debt where the interest rate is working against you. Debt is dangerous in retirement because it reduces flexibility. When you're working, you may have ways to increase income, raises, bonuses, overtime, or changing jobs. But in retirement, many people live on a more fixed income. Every debt payment competes with groceries, housing, healthcare, travel, and everyday life. AARP reported that average debt for households headed by people ages 65 to 74 more than quadrupled between 1992 and 2022. Not all debt is bad. A reasonable mortgage may be part of a plan, but high interest consumer debt can compound against you. You may feel like you're making progress because you're making payments, but much of that payment may be going toward interest instead of reducing the balance. Ask yourself, is this debt helping me build wealth or keeping me dependent on my next paycheck? Ignoring high interest debt is not a retirement strategy. Second habit is overspending, especially lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep happens when your income goes up, but your savings rate does not. The car gets nicer, vacations get bigger, dinners more expensive, home upgrades become more frequent. None of it feels extreme in the moment. That's what makes it sneaky. You're slowly building a lifestyle that requires more money to maintain. The danger is carrying that lifestyle into retirement without realizing how expensive it really is. If someone retires with a lifestyle that costs $8,000 a month, but reliable retirement income is closer to $6,000, that gap has to come from savings. And if withdrawals are too high too early, savings can disappear faster than expected. The fix is not to stop enjoying your money. The fix is to spend intentionally. Before upgrading your lifestyle, ask, will this still make sense when I'm no longer working? Retirement is not funded by what you make. It's funded by what you keep, grow, and manage well. The third habit is underestimating inflation and healthcare costs. A lot of people plan retirement using today's prices, but retirement can last 20, 25, or even 30 years. Over that timeline, inflation can quietly reduce purchasing power, and then there's healthcare. Fidelity's 2025 estimate says a 65-year-old retiring in 2025 may spend about $172,000 on healthcare and medical expenses throughout retirement. And that doesn't include every possible cost, like long-term care. Many people assume Medicare means healthcare is handled, but Medicare does not mean free healthcare. There can still be premiums, deductibles, co-pays, prescriptions, dental, vision, hearing, and other out-of-pocket costs. The better habit is to plan for rising costs. Ask yourself, what happens if my expenses go up? What if healthcare costs more than expected? What if retirement lasts longer than I planned? That's not being negative. That's being prepared. I'm going to take a second to tell you about Wealth Plan. We have a relationship with this app, and if you use our link in the description, you can get your first month free. Wealth Plan is an AI-powered money app for couples and families. It helps you connect accounts, track budgets, monitor net worth, set goals, and see your financial picture in one place. It also includes Fin, an AI financial assistant where you can ask questions about your money in plain English. It's not a replacement for personalized financial advice, but it can help you stay organized and have better money conversations. The fourth habit is financially supporting adult children at the expense of your own retirement. This one is hard because it usually comes from love. No parent wants to see their child struggle. Maybe it starts with rent, then a car payment, student loans, groceries, or a phone bill. Each decision may feel reasonable, but over time it can become a pattern that damages your future. AARP found that 75% of parents financially support at least one adult child, with average annual support around $7,000. This does not mean you should never help your kids. The point is that support needs boundaries. Your adult child may have options. They may be able to increase income, reduce expenses, move, get roommates, refinance debt, or change their lifestyle. But you cannot borrow your way through retirement. Before helping financially, ask, can I do this without putting my own retirement at risk? Sometimes love looks like helping. Sometimes love looks like teaching. And sometimes love looks like saying, I can't fund this, but I'll help you make a plan. That brings me to the free tool I mentioned earlier. We built a retirement readiness score quiz that gives you an instant score to help you see where you stand. It's free, linked in the description, and it's not a full financial plan or personalized advice, but it can help you start asking better questions. So, let's recap. The 4 habits are carrying high interest debt, letting lifestyle creep take over, underestimating inflation and healthcare costs, and financially supporting adult children at the expense of your own future. These habits usually don't destroy retirement overnight. They work quietly, but once you see them clearly, you can start making better decisions. Start with one step. Review your debt. Look at your spending. Plan for rising costs. Set one boundary. Or take the retirement readiness score quiz and see where you stand. Retirement is not just about having money. It's about having options. And the habits you build today are what create those options tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.